This is Trash Talk with your host, Garrett the Trash Man.
What is up, everybody? I'm Garrett the Trash Man, your host, and you're listening to Trash Talk. John, how the heck you doing, man?
Good. Just been busy.
So, exciting news. We've got a new way that John and I are sitting.
I know.
Old Tyler came in and he said, listen, I'm going to need to shake things up a bit. So, I'm looking John right in the eyes right now. So, if you want to check out the new way, hit up our... Hey, how do they find us on YouTube, Tyler?
We'll post it.
We'll post it on YouTube. I don't know what you search, but it'll be there. Figure it out.
Just find
or
it.
Instagram TV, Garrett the Trash Man, all that good stuff. First off, Larson Waste, thank you for sponsoring this podcast. Always taking care of the hassle. We're out here working, so please sign up for Larson Waste right now.
Right now.
This second. The girls are waiting.
Yeah.
Operator's standing by.
Just
888-533-3398. Boom! All right, so yeah, let's rant. So that book I alluded to on Tuesday, I have taken 2 trips to Phoenix and back since I talked about that book, and that book is freaking awesome. So it is in the top 3 of my books now. So How to Raise Your Own Salary by Napoleon Hill. It's incredible. A lot of great knowledge. Yeah, just check it out. And it rolls right into my rant because he gives these 17 principles that lead to success that Dale Carnegie used to be successful in his life. And it's so straightforward, so good, just like truth is. Straightforward and good. And the 2 huge things for me that I just love is he talks about, he calls it, shoot, now I'm drawing a blank, but it's getting clear on what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Definitive purpose, is that it? Something like that. Clarity of purpose, definitive purpose, something like that. Really just set in your mind what you want. And then he's got all these other rules, but then the other rule that I've taken out that I love, and he talks about enthusiasm. He took this whole chapter to talk about enthusiasm, share stories when that made a difference, and I loved that. That's something I try to bring all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about how it's contagious, how it is the best thing for when you're selling. It's the best thing for when you're getting people on board and excited about what they do. And I've experienced that. And ever since I listened to that, I've recognized, like, okay, lots of times I'm going around really enthused and excited, but how am I showing up for my people here at the company?
Mm-hmm.
Am I walking in enthusiastic, making their day better because I was with them for 30 seconds? And so I've been focusing on that and love the response I'm getting. When I walk in the office in the morning, the girls are sitting in the office, I'm enthusiastic with them. And it's not, I've at times, maybe excited, or it's not that I'm down or sad, but I've got something on my mind. And so I kind of just walk through, head down, thinking about that. And it's like, no, I've got a chance to make a difference. So bring enthusiasm to your clarity of purpose, guys. And it makes life fun. So.
I'm not gonna lie. Just in the little tidbits that I get to see, that is one thing I have noticed that you are really good at, is about getting people all pumped up.
Tyler asked me the other day, Tyler, what'd you ask? And say it loud so that people can hear me. Do you remember? Do you know what I'm talking about? He doesn't know what I'm talking about. He's like, where do you get all the energy, Garrett?
Because
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
No, it's cocaine, people.
Cocaine, gratitude. All that, gratitude, clarity of purpose, all that. It really is something that I'm like, I got a good chance yesterday. So I left the house at 3 a.m. yesterday and got back at about 8:30. So it was a long day.
Yep.
And there was parts of that day where I was like, I'm done. And because of that question from Tyler, thank you for the question, Tyler. I had, it brought to my front mind, like, why am I still going? What am I going to do to change it? Like, I might have a space that I'm really down and I'd love to just stop today, but I've got to keep going. And like it made me be more awake to the process I go through. And it is bringing stuff front of mind, like, okay, what am I up to? Am I really committed to that? So when I'm running into roadblocks, am I willing to do whatever is necessary to do that? Am I bringing enthusiasm to that? Let's go, like, boom. And it's like, I had a Robbie Reeder. He was my first sales mentor, and what he told me was, energy is not a finite resource. And that's been such a useful piece of knowledge for me.
That is good.
Because so many times we're like, oh, we're tired. Like, we're out of energy. There's no more energy. But you can hear a piece of news, something can change your mindset, and then all of a sudden you've got all the energy of the world. And you can train yourself to do that yourself. It doesn't have to come externally. And that's been my experience, that energy is not finite. You can create more the second you need to, just with a mind shift, just talking to yourself. So, yeah, that's my rant for today. You guys just, yeah.
Dude, just listen to Garrett. He knows.
Listen to Gear Bear.
Oh, Gear Bear.
So what you got? What you got to fire us up this
So
Friday?
mine is, so I think my rant today is about, I don't know how to put it specifically in words, but I'll give you an example of what I want to talk about today. So last night, me and my wife were talking about some plans we have for the near future. And we've kind of been mulling some things around about what we want to do. We're kind of in a transition period right now. We finished up some real estate projects and we're just getting rid of those ones and we're looking at our next ones. And but we haven't really gotten clear on them, gotten really specific and okay, this is how we're going to do it. Boom, boom, boom. We're just kind of here's the big picture, and we've kind of kicked the can around a little bit. And I kind of typically have kind of a rough idea, and then I have to put it into words, and then we kind of figure out the details. Well, she all of a sudden had this really great idea, and at first I was like, oh, no. And then I started realizing it, and I was like, holy cow, that was actually a really good idea. And then I thought about it throughout the night until I went to bed, and then today I've been thinking about it, and I talked to another buddy of mine and told him about the idea, and I just realized holy cow, I had been approaching that whole situation with an outdated thought process. And I had not been approaching that situation with the thought process that I knew I should have been. And I was letting kind of my old programming dictate how I thought that we should attack that next real estate project.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. My thinking before was retarded. What was I doing? I'm an idiot. And so that's my thing is be aware of your old thought processes and don't let them creep back in.
Yeah.
And it happens to everybody, but if you're trying to change your mindset on things, always be aware of hey, am I having the right perspective when attacking this, whatever it is?
Am I open to a new way of doing it?
Exactly.
Am I looking at all the angles, or is it just, oh, this is how we do it?
Yeah, and that was just kind of an eye opener, and I was like, wow, my wife freaking killed it with that idea, and so that was really neat. And I was just like, wow, yeah, I had totally not approached that situation, that project that we're thinking of, with the right mindset until my wife had that idea, and I was like, oh wow, yeah. So that's my rant today is remember your perspectives and keep your mind open to the best way. Don't there's always good, better, and best, and you might have a good idea, but always look for the best idea.
Yeah, dude, I love that. And don't get so wrapped up if you're not using your idea that you can't be open, because I think that causes a lot of struggle in businesses and relationships. It's no, I want to be the one with the good idea or whatever, so people aren't open to it. So, love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you got any more to say this Friday?
I would say just one last thing on that. A little while ago, I would have been no, we're going with my idea. But it is cool to see that I can say to myself, hey, no, her idea, what she actually freaking her perspective of looking how we should do that was spot on. And I can easily accept it and say, oh, you know what, she was right.
Yeah.
Set aside what I thought and realize, oh, this is the better way.
Yeah. And realize that accomplishes what you want. There's no reason to be wrapped up.
And it just puts us farther ahead on the back end of it. So, yeah.
Love it, man. Cool. Well, all right. Well, appreciate you guys listening. Give us a 5-star review. Hit us up. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Garrett the Trash Man.
TikTok.
Tickety talk.
TikTok.
Still there at the TikTok. So, yeah.
Even though Garrett was reluctantly there.
It's all right. It's getting better. It's getting better because it is hitting scale, so it's not just
They're putting their big boy pants on?
a little bit.
Good.
A little bit. So, yeah. Peace!